The whispering woods of Route 666. The old highway was cursed. Everyone in the small town of Blackwater, New Mexico knew it. Route 666, known as the Devil's Highway, was officially renamed several years ago after a string of accidents, disappearances, and rumors of things lurking in the shadows. But locals still whisper about it, especially the part that runs through dense pine forests near the Arizona border. That's where Emma's story began. Detours. Emma Russo and her friends, Jake, Lila, and Tyler, were traveling through California when a forest fire caused their GPS to stop working, causing them to stray from their route. Detours through the forest lead them to a bumpy two-lane road marked with pointed signs that read Route 666 and US 491. The forest was eerily quiet. No birds were chirping. There was no wind blowing. The forest consisted only of the skeletons of dead trees that touched the sky. "Guys, this place feels wrong," Lila said, scrolling through her phone. "There's no signal here. Even Google Maps has no data for this forest." In the silence, Jake laughed and turned on the radio. And static came from the radio. "Turn back," Jake said as the music started. "Did you hear that?" Emma tightened her grip on the wheel. "That's just interference." But then they saw her. An elderly woman stood on the side of the road, her sunken face shining in the car's headlights. She was wearing a torn floral dress, her gray hair was tangled, and she was holding a leather bag. Before anyone could react, the woman raised her bony hand and pointed forward. Emma said, "Don't stop." Jake rolled down his window. "Hey, want a ride?" The woman came forward, her movements jerky, like a puppet on strings. "The woman said the woods are hungry tonight," he said, settling into the back seat next to Lila. The air turned icy, and the radio went off. The deal. The woman introduced herself as Marion. She claimed she was looking for her daughter, who had disappeared on this road in 1972. She got lost in the woods chasing lights, blue lights in the trees, Marion said hoarsely, her milky eyes glistening. "They mimic voices, lure you in." Tyler scoffed. "Ghost stories, huh?" Marion's hand reached out, grasping his wrist. Her fingers were as cold as a corpse. "You'll see." A few minutes later, the car stank. Smoke was billowing from the hood. "This is not a horror movie scene." Marion pointed to the dilapidated church half hidden in the trees. "Shelter, but stay together. They're watching." Inside, the church smelled of decay. The pews were overturned, and a rusted cross hung crookedly above the altar. Marion knelt down, pulling a candle and matches out of her bag. The flames' pointed shadows revealed symbols etched on the walls, inverted crosses, eyes and phrases like "he's here." "Let's go searching," Jake said, grabbing a flashlight. "No," Marion said quickly. "The woods come alive after dark. They'll use your voices, your faces. Trust no one. Imitation." At midnight, the first scream echoed. Lila had gone to the bathroom and never returned. They found her flashlight in the woods, the light of which revealed a figure in the distance. Lila, standing still, staring at the sky. "Lila, come back!" Emma screamed. The figure turned. Her face was Lila's, but her mouth was much larger, rows of needle teeth gleaming. "Come with us," she whispered in Lila's voice, and then disappeared into the mist. Terrified, the group ran back to the church, but Marion was gone. Only her bag was left, filled with Polaroid photos of the missing, decades of faces, including Marion's daughter. One note read, "She's one of them now. Save yourself." The visit. One by one, the forest took them all. Jake disappeared. Tyler chasing the voice that was telling Jake to help me. Tyler ran into a bush, chasing the laughter and screams of Jake. One voice stopped. Emma hid in the church, holding Marion's candle, while the shadows gathered under the door. The whispers of her friends' voices teased her. "You left us." At dawn, a truck arrived. The driver, an old man with a gun, frowned at Emma's wild eyes. You're lucky. Most people here don't survive the night. Why? She said, stuttering. He nodded toward the woods. Copycats. Souls of lost souls. They feed on fear and flesh. You met Marion, right? She's been asking for lifts since the 70s, luring people here with offerings to save her daughter. Invisible. Emma returned home, but the woods kept following her. She hears them at night, Lila's laughter, Tyler's screams outside her window. Sometimes their reflections blink one last time. The doctors call it PTSD, but Emma knows the truth. The copycats recognized her. They're patient. They'll wait until she's isolated, scared, mature. Route 666 is closed now, but if you drive near Blackwater after dark, you might see an old woman on the side of the road. Don't stop. Don't roll down your window. And if you hear your name in the trees, run.